Everybody, and welcome to my video. I was supposed to be on here at like 9:30 this morning, and that's just how my day has gone, that I'm just getting to this now. So I committed to coming live today, so here I am. So if you guys are hopping in with me today, please say hello so I can say hi back to you. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay, and I will make sure that I come on after and say hi to you then as well. So before we get started on today's topic, which is how to eat mindfully in 2023, I wanted to first just welcome you. My name is Martina. I am a curvy self-love guide who is empowering women to find self-love at any size and to accept and respect their bodies. So first of all, if you are not in my community yet, I have a free community called Self-Love at Any Size. And this is where we just do all the things that I love to help people with, whether that's connecting to themselves through mindful eating, mindful movement, body image work, meditation, chakra healing, crystals, all the different things. So we would love to have you in this space if you are not already with us. The link to join us is in the description of this video. And then with that being said, if you guys are watching on Facebook today, I would ask you to head on over to YouTube when this video is done and just hit the subscribe button for me and hitting the bell. So when you do that, you're subscribing to my channel and you'll be able to get notifications for when I come live, and you'll be able to check out all the videos that I have on there, which I have over 300 videos, all helping with all the things that I love to help with and share. And so I'd love to have you over there too. So to get started today on how to be more mindful with your eating in 2023, I'm just going to bring up my phone so I can see anybody that's hopping in to say hello. When we talk about mindful eating is not about eating better or losing weight. So why is it so important, and why have I decided to become a mindful eater? So mindful eating does something that's actually much more powerful. It really changes the relationship that you have with food and with your body. And these are really things that are really important to me, for sure. So as you bring these concepts of mindful eating into the rest of your life, you'll actually notice that it starts to change the way you engage with the world in general. So Jon Kabat-Zinn, who is often referred to as the father of mindfulness, he defines mindfulness as an awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. So what that means, and what we can start to discover when we are more mindful, we can really live life with less stress. We gain self-awareness. We have improved memory. We boost our mood. We increase our focus. All these things happen when we really take a mindful approach to how we are living and being. So why mindful eating, you might ask? So why should we do this? And really the point of this is to just really start to enjoy your food, have more satisfying meal times, have better health outcomes, which decreased emotional eating, which is a big one, binge eating, depression, anxiety, emotional stress. And it actually correlates with healthier food choices as well, which improves your blood sugar control, your relationship to food and body image, right? So what I wanted today to share with you guys as if you desire to eat more mindfully in 2023, I want to share with you 4 principles that I feel that are super important when we are starting to learn how to be mindful eaters. And there is very basic principles we can follow, which I'm sure you can kind of think about. But I just wanted 4 little reminders for you to just ponder as you may be starting your mindful eating journey or you are continuing it. So the first thing that I like to share with you guys is learning to press pause and be present. Because in our hectic worlds that we live in, it really pays to be able to press pause and be present. We're so busy rushing around and, eating on the go or not eating at all, or when we do get to eat, we binge. Like there's all these unhelpful behaviors that happen. So when you're able to pause and focus on mindfully eating, you give yourself that opportunity to really pay attention to the sights, the smells, the flavors of your meals. And not only does it give you that increased satisfaction because you've actually paid attention, it provides that mindful moment of stillness and calm in our often stressful days, right? I know I am guilty of this. If I'm busy and I decide that I'm going to quickly eat this sandwich while I'm watching this video or doing this, email or whatever it is, I've lots of times found myself eating the entire amount of food that I had given myself, and I didn't even recognize what it tastes like, what it smelled like, what I felt while I was eating it. I was totally disconnected from that eating experience. And that's what happens. And that takes the satisfaction out of our eating, which then leaves us craving more food because we didn't feel satisfied. So really taking that time to be present with each meal, it really allows us to better take care of ourselves, right? And it helps us to slow down and enjoy life. So if you need a break from that hustle and bustle of everyday life, your meals can be a really great way to give yourself that really peaceful moment. And I know it's not always ideal and it doesn't always happen, but if you can just try and set aside one meal a day that you can be mindful in, that may help you to just de-stress that little amount, right? So secondly, what I wanted you guys to think about is approaching your eating with curiosity, not judgment. Because when it comes to mindful eating, it's really important to approach food with curiosity rather than judgment, right? Because, when we judge ourselves based upon our eating, it really invokes those feelings of shame and guilt and fear around food. So, and then it brings in that emotional component, right? And we really need to ask ourselves, why do I feel this way? Or what purpose does this serve? It really helps us to satisfy our hunger and better understand what we need for that healthier lifestyle. Because judgment can also often lead, like I've already said, those feelings of guilt and shame. So really being mindful with our approach to food, lets us honor whatever is going on for us in the moment without negatively affecting our relationship with food. So in that emotional moment that you might turn to food, you really need to sit and pause, like we've already said, and look at this with curiosity of, why do I feel this way? What purpose does this serve, right? So really just taking that mindful pause and approaching your feelings with curiosity rather than judgment. Which leads into another, the third kind of principle that I wanted to share with you guys when it comes to eating mindfully. And that is sensing, not slowing. So with mindful eating, the idea of sensing, not slowing, it's kind of that essential way to achieve that optimal nutrition experience. So eating slowly and intentionally brings us back to our bodies, and mindful eating is that powerful tool that we can use that really helps us to listen to our body's needs, right? And listen to that hunger and fullness levels instead of being very mindless with our eating and just eating until all the food is gone and then realizing that we're actually really full now. So this goes back to that first piece we talked about on really engaging with the senses while you eat and becoming more aware of the textures, the tastes, the smells, and look at the nutrition in each bite. And that really combines all those things to create that mindful experience that helps you to manifest a healthy outlook with food, because that's what we want to have. We don't want to have this toxic relationship with our food. We want to be able to enjoy food without shame or guilt or fear or emotional reactions that cause us to either binge or feel, sad, depressed, to the extreme of potentially creating ourselves an eating disorder. So being mindful can help really facilitate that positive relationship with food. And then finally, you guys, the fourth principle that I wanted to share with you guys is to realize that this is practice, not perfection. If you are a recovering people pleaser or perfectionist or any of those things, these practices can be really hard, and they can take a lot out of you to try and really allow yourself to make mistakes, and that it's okay that things don't go perfect the first time you try them. Because when you focus on practice, not perfection, you really give yourself permission to make mistakes and like forgivingly focus on the process rather than expecting that immediate result. Because I know me in the past, I've been a very immediate results person. Like if I start something, I wanted to have results yesterday. And let me know in the comments if that is something you have felt as well. Because when we have this mindful approach, it's okay to have those moments of indulgence or bad days, because guess what? They're normal and we all have them. We all have them. And I know social media can be the worst for that because we often only show that highlight reel of our lives. We only post the memories that feel great to us or feel positive or feel like you want to share them. We often don't show the darker sides of our lives and our experiences. Like, for example, like let's say that I decided to have a binge on pizza. I'm probably not going to show you that because I feel, there is those feelings of shame attached to it. And that as we become more mindful in our eating, we'll maybe be able to share some of those experiences without that shame or fear or guilt of just like, you know what, today I had a bad day. I checked with my emotions and my emotions told me that I needed pizza. And there wasn't any other tool that really wanted to work for me that day. And sometimes that is what happens. And I think that's the thing is we accept that as failure and we don't see that it's practice, like that we learn from that moment to be like, you know what, I don't desire to feel painfully full. So maybe next time I'm going to check in a little better with my emotions and make a different choice. Maybe that choice will still be pizza, but I think that's the thing that I love to explain to people, that by depriving ourselves of these things that we feel that we need doesn't help the whole process of the inside part of the emotional eating, the shame, the fear, the guilt. It doesn't help it, right? So, this approach, any slip-ups can be used as those valuable learning experiences, like I've just said, instead of a sign of failure. We can learn from our mistakes. We have to make mistakes in life and we have to fail in order to succeed. Like if you talk to any successful person or anyone who's on a journey of any type, you're going to have things that happen that you mess up on and you're like, well, shit, I could have done that a little differently, couldn't I have? And that is how we learn. That is how we grow. So as in mindful eating, especially practicing it and not demanding perfection right away really allows you to grow as you achieve those positive outcomes. So I hope that those are the 4 little tips I wanted to share, or 4 principles that I wanted to share with you guys to kind of help you to understand, how you can start to eat a little more mindfully, not be so hard on yourself, and just really tune into your body. Because I think that's the most profound piece that I know I find for myself in my journey is that as I go deeper into my healing and deeper into being more mindful, I almost, and I said this to a friend today, that I almost feel as if I'm hyper connected to my body. Like I'm really, on those days where I feel really connected and in tune, it's such a good feeling of knowing that I'm listening to my body. I'm, giving it what it needs or what it doesn't need, or asking for help if I need it, of like, hey, I'm feeling this, give me some tools. And I just asked a friend that the other day. I said, I'm experiencing this symptom, and, is this normal? And are there some things that can help me? And she gave me some awesome resources that I tried, and it worked really well for me, and I continue to do it. And it's just, being open to trusting your body, listening to your body, and then asking for help if you need help with what am I feeling and why am I feeling that, and how can I help to get rid of that feeling if it's a feeling that you don't think you need. So anyway, you guys, with that being said, I hope that this helps you to really start to think about how you can be more mindful in 2023, just by following some of these things, and just following some of these on just connecting to your food, on being mindful with your food, and finding those little pockets of peace during your day to help you to just de-stress and come into that present moment, right? And we can do this through our food. Like, it doesn't have to be the formal practice of meditation or yoga. Like those are all things that are beneficial 100%. But mindful eating is just another tool that we can use to help us de-stress, help us to be present, and help us to connect to our bodies. So I hope this was helpful, you guys. Please let me know in the comments if there's any questions you have or any further things you want to explore with your own mindful eating journey. I do have a couple different ways you can learn more about mindful eating with me. I don't have my course up, but I do have I have a yoga and mindful eating program that takes you through 21 days of yoga with a mindful eating mini course. So if you wanted the link to that, just let me know and I can shoot it to you. And aside from that, I do have my Self-Love Revolution with Martina, which is the program where I empower women to accept and respect their bodies. And we do this in a really mindful way. So we focus on mindful eating, mindful movement, meditation, body image, chakra healing, and so much more. So if you desire to learn more about this program, my neglect is actually your benefit, because I still have the code live for my $100 off my program right now. So you can get it for a insanely low price. So if you're interested, just click the link in the comments in the description of this video and you'll be able to pop into there and just see. So using the code 2023 will give you $100 off. And until I make some time to go take that code off, it's going to stay there. So would love to have you in our little community. I love our community. They have become such beautiful pieces of my life, and I love connecting with all the ladies that are in there with us. So if you desire to have this for yourself, please reach out. I'm happy to have a conversation or jump on a Zoom call and just discuss how I can help you be more mindful in your life and take care of yourself and really start to accept and respect your body. Kelsey is here. Hi, Kelsey. She says, it's all about having tools. Isn't that the truth? There's if we can just start to build that, think of a tool belt, and all these little pieces of our journey have all these different tools that we can pull out and be like, hey, I got this. I'm going to use this, right? So it's all about adding tools to our tool belt along our self-love journeys and being able to have all those pieces that help us throughout our lives. So who did I see in here? I see Coral and Leah and Jacinta and Kelsey. So I just wanted to shout out to you ladies, say thank you for being here and watching with me today. And so until next time, you guys, thank you so much for being here, and make sure that you know that you are imperfectly perfect just as you are in this moment. And until next time, take care, and we will talk to you